You're listening to the Confidence Within podcast. If you are a successful professional entrepreneur who is nonetheless struggling with the fear of public speaking, then you are in the right place. This podcast is all about igniting your inner confidence, learning to show up with genuine authority and brilliance, and becoming the best version of yourself. I'm your host, Victoria Lesnyansky, and welcome to my show. Hello, and welcome to this episode of the Confidence Within podcast. Today, I'll be answering a question that I literally get asked every single day. Is it possible to completely overcome the fear of public speaking? I can give you dozens and dozens of examples of my clients who not only conquered their public speaking anxiety, but actually started enjoying speaking in public. But instead, let me give you an example from my own life. If you've listened to my podcast for a while, you probably know that I used to be terrified of speaking in public. I had massive public speaking anxiety that I was able to overcome years and years ago. And something happened recently that reminded me again how far removed I am from Victoria, who was afraid to raise her hand in a meeting, let alone speak on stage. A couple of weeks ago, my 18-year-old son was interviewed by one of the largest Houston TV stations. He is a fencer, and he's been doing really well, both nationally and internationally. He's actually number 1 in the US and number 3 in the world among kids who are 20 and under. Proud mom here. So the TV station came to our fencing club. All of a sudden, the TV presenter who was interviewing my son turns to me and says, "Hey, Victoria, we have time, so why don't we interview you right now?" Now, I want you to imagine this moment through the prism of having public speaking anxiety. What would go through your head? I know what would have gone through my head 15 years ago. I would have been thinking, no way, this is absolutely terrifying. I have no idea what he's going to ask. The camera is going to be pointed at my face. I'm going to fail. Everybody's going to look at me and think I'm an idiot. Everybody will judge me. Who am I to do this? You know how it feels if you struggle with public speaking anxiety. And this would have been my thoughts while I was still under this impression that public speaking anxiety is a life sentence. But you know what thought ran through my mind at that very moment? The only thought that I had when I was asked to be on camera and be interviewed, basically impromptu, I thought, dang, I wish I knew I would be on camera. I would at least look more presentable and maybe wear makeup. That was literally the only thought that I had. I had absolutely no anxiety, no thoughts of what if I fail or what if he asks me a question I don't know. When you overcome your public speaking anxiety, when you learn how to speak with genuine confidence, those thoughts are no longer going through your mind. Those thoughts no longer exist for you. Of course, you still think that you want to do a good job. Of course, you want to look good on camera, but that's about it. There is no fear. So 20 seconds later, I had microphone in my face, and the gentleman was just firing questions at me that I was answering. And honestly, it was so much fun, and I really enjoyed it. And only the next day, I looked back at that moment, and I thought, I can't believe how far I've come. Sometimes I completely forget that I used to be afraid of public speaking. I forget that terror of all eyes on you as you feel like your brain literally stops working. And when the only thought in your mind is they're going to realize I don't know anything. That completely illogical thought that we all get, all of us who struggle with public speaking anxiety get when we're in the spotlight, when all eyes are on us. Our brain is filled with fog, our palms get sweaty, our legs get shaky, and we just keep on thinking, who am I to be here? They are going to judge me. They are going to figure out that I'm not as good as they thought I was. Again, completely illogical, but there is nothing you can do to stop it. It just spins out of control, sending you into a panic mode. But the truth is, public speaking anxiety is not a life sentence. You don't have to stress every time you have a presentation. You don't have to wake up at night thinking of every possible nightmare scenario that is going to unfold while you speak. You don't have to feel like your entire weekend is ruined simply because you have an important meeting on Monday, right? And here is another truth. Your public speaking anxiety is not your fault. There is nothing wrong with you. Most people experience public speaking anxiety. Most people struggle with it. Some people struggle more, some people struggle less, but almost everyone is affected by this. So no, there is nothing wrong with you. It also doesn't mean that you don't have this talent to speak with confidence like you see some other people do. Public speaking confidence is not a talent. It's a skill that anyone can develop. The reason that you haven't overcome your public speaking anxiety yet is simply because you don't know the steps you need to take to completely obliterate this fear, so that you can start enjoying speaking in meetings, on stage, on podcasts, wherever you speak publicly, whatever you need to propel your career forward. And not just speak with confidence, but feel genuinely at ease. And this is where I come in. I specialize in helping managers, executives, conquer public speaking anxiety for good by building genuine confidence that comes from within. What this means is that I don't teach you how to look confident. I guide you to actually feel confident when you speak, so you can show up as the leader and expert that you are. If public speaking fear is something you've been struggling with, something that has been holding you back, something that has been stressing you out, and you're ready to finally make a change, let me offer you a complimentary strategy session. During our session, we will uncover what's holding you back from feeling at ease, whether it's on stage, in a meeting, or even on Zoom. We will talk about your goals. We will figure out exactly where you need to be. And from there, I'll share tailored strategic recommendations based on my proprietary framework to help you close that gap. Think of it as mapping out a clear, actionable path to help you show up confidently and command any room. You can apply for your complimentary strategy session with me by going to www.brilliantspeakersacademy.com. Again, it's www.brilliantspeakersacademy.com. I look forward to speaking with you. All right. I hope you have a wonderful week, and I'll see you soon.